the western part of Ghana. Udru Asio, the western part, Sekenita Krade, Inche area holding, you could see say beautiful places to visit. Inti, you need to also travel around. You can go to the Ashanti region. There are so many places in the Ashanti region you can visit and enjoy the place. You can also go to the northeast, northwest. You see all the places. Just find time and travel around. Inti, it's one of those things. Be very, very inquisitive about things. We are Ghanaian. Remember Ghana and a new place to you. Try and also visit places, enter places. You know, sometimes to coin mamenko hankosha hakakra menko hada yatka hwasama mamenko hasonkosha kakra yaka hwasama. Just go there, spend a day or two with your family and come back. You don't always have to go to Dubai. Bibia di Dubai. Mimi say Dubai all the time mempe because I don't see anything organic in Dubai. Into that feel of Dubai now, you say a tourist place, and I don't really see anything in Dubai. All the time mempe. So sometimes you need to also understand the green, you know, the natural water, the environment, the vegetation, something you can feel and touch without anybody telling you don't go here, don't go there. There are so many places in Ghana you can go and feel free as a Ghanaian and enjoy the place. These are some of the things we need to also all the time, you know, understand. Let's visit home. Let's visit home. Let's visit home. We are home. Let's visit home. Let's enjoy the place. You know, and these are things that we need to be doing as time goes on in Ghana. Some people are quite confused on social media. There are people who are also confused on YouTube. Is this show live? Is KEVN live? KEVN doesn't normally come around 4 o'clock. Normally on time by around 12. Yeah, I understand. Hey, about 1 p.m. US time, KEVN Taylor is on air. Is it true? And some people are confused. I understand. This is not a replay. This is a live show. And in fact, we did not tell a lot of people, or we did not put any announcement out. We'll be coming here today at 12 or 1 p.m. US time, which is 4 or 5 Ghana time. I understand. We need to understand the say show no and ye change time ne kakra yes survey be some research be anything in the area uhumi wo TV so it is a TV so a live show we call Loud Silence TV so a live show sorry team are we good? 1 second.
Yama o kwan se be yejuma ejuma no want man ye obi abeye ejuma yi na sese o tena abonten se yama o kwan ye ejuma no bi mengin de se Ghana for be penisa yama o kwan se be yejuma ejuma no want man ye obi abeye ejuma yi na sese o tena abonten se yama o kwan ye ejuma no bi mengin de se Ghana for be penisa yama o kwan se be yejuma ejuma no want man ye obi abeye ejuma yi na sese o tena abonten se yama o kwan ye ejuma no bi mengin de se Ghana for be penisa yama o kwan se be ejuma ejuma no want man ye obi abeye
hey shut up ne kasabi bre de bia tronko a untu nka no kreba akompoma honto obekọ bonsam gem ba o mi abekọ bonsam gem if you're watching me right now, just YouTube for no people like say KEVN no sound. Refresh your page. Refresh page in our ocean. It's a live show. I know some of you are a little bit confused. Mamenka hello ntre kakrebi na yemfa jumadi ne so so many people. If you've made it here tonight, Yamisha, because we are VIP. Lots of people. Omunim say I am live right now, or this show we are live. If you've made it here tonight, then that's a way hard guy. I can see a year. Kojo watching me tonight. Alex is also live here. Thank you very much, Alex, for being here this evening. Ohima Asida Papibi is also watching me. Mihu Obi to say a year. Too many people. Amanfo Maxwell is watching me this evening on Facebook, YouTube. Paul Sansa is live on Facebook. Smart is live. Daniel Dagba is watching me. Kluche is watching me tonight. Mihu Obisu said Dominic live. I can see Rosa Sari. Daniel is back again on TikTok. You know, so many people on TikTok watching me this afternoon. Changing time. Fine. Besome try to get used to the time. Dennis is live on TikTok. GY is live on TikTok. Rich Muslim is watching me live on TikTok tonight. Also, Obi to say, Bigger Adams is live on TikTok this evening. Just trust the process is live on TikTok. Benjamin is live here. Kusi Ampui is watching me. Walter is live on TikTok. a year obi to say a year K3 is watching me this evening on TikTok. Susie Yabua is live on TikTok tonight. Mihu obi to say Lucy Lucky Comfort watching me on YouTube. No, Mihu obi to say a year Sika watching me tonight. Facebook Rebecca Akakpo is watching me. Aaron is live. Erasmus is watching me. Erasmus McBondi, I think so. Also obi to say a year Danilo. G Danilo is also live on YouTube tonight. Adamwa Abdullah is watching me. Also, Ajomanyo, my love, is here. Good evening to Ajomanyo. Good evening to Kriya on TikTok this evening. Good afternoon. Let's try and make it work. Obi to say a year Amos Ishon is live on a year Facebook. Serenity is watching me this evening. Ahmed Da Silva is also live on a year Loud Silence TV on Facebook, YouTube. Echuma Mayo is watching me this evening on a year TikTok. No, mihu a year Mama Susu is watching me. A year Roland Folly is watching me this evening on TikTok. Mihu Obidise Eme watching me. Elijah is also live here. Mr. Eric is watching me live on TikTok tonight. A year Kwame King is live on TikTok. Thank you very much for being here. Mihu Obidise Citizen watching me this evening. Bronzy is also live on TikTok tonight. Mihu Obidise a year Lucky Comfort back again. Musa is back here. A year Ajua Becky is watching me live on TikTok tonight. On Facebook, Edith Quist Amegashi is watching me this evening on Facebook. YouTube here, Jab Medial is watching me. Juzma is live on Facebook. Susie is live on YouTube. Isaac Yambila is live on YouTube tonight. Irene Kai Adama is live on Facebook. Michael is live on YouTube. Emmanuel is watching me live on YouTube. Ambitious is live on YouTube. All these people watching me tonight. Team, stay with me. Are we good? Team, are we good? Yes, iti wa ohwembia nyame show bia ede na ekoso amente ya ensem bebre ezisi o Ghana nipa bi empese omobedi no kure akyereye na de bia me ka kyere Ghana for say aya mommy are very careful. We are afternoon show. We are going to take it easy. It's going to be just for 2 hours, 30 minutes or something like that. Enti me how too much a year unannounced show ma obiehu. My team, they keep telling me that people are confused. Some people are confused. They are not sure. Say show we a live and I say you're live. This is a live show. Yeah, and you show in Yumbre. Yeah, in area way because my team they said they just want to do a survey. All platforms. We are trying to look at all the numbers. Near say afternoon show once in a while. Yeah, it's going to be okay to reach the numbers we want to reach. We are live on TV tonight, though. This afternoon, sorry. We are live on TV this afternoon. We are live on YouTube this afternoon. We are live on Facebook this afternoon. We are live on TikTok this afternoon. We are live on radio this afternoon. Inti all platforms are blazing. Inti say when we nim YouTube tonight this afternoon. I'm not used to afternoon shows. Make it tonight be any afternoon. Inti I think say gradually we will get there. But remember, your show no any area shows. Once in a while there be area show. Tonight there, this afternoon there, a year bibi the intina me show area, and then remember obia engineer say change your time no, but we did a special show and a area we. Thank you very much. Okay, now and rather me can't say me efa a year the Central Regional House of Chiefs and something I want to do the Central Regional House of Chiefs. I would like to say this. Make nobody frustrate my father with phone calls. Me papa own to me stopping me from what I'm about to do. Inti unim se undi bone. Unim se oyo hene the Central Regional House of Chiefs. Na onje bribe. Case bi meda ho. Emma call another chief ho. And country say wakwaje 400,000 Ghana cedis. And that ohenenenji 100,000. Na mundia semnen say no. Don't be worried. If you're the Central Regional House of Chiefs, na say when a year timer Togbe Afedi, ene Nana Ewusi, when MPP came to power, Omobe contested for their to keep their seat as the National House of Chiefs, president and vice. Now when we say oh your hine, now for Central Regional House of Chiefs, now I'm 50,000. Ankoma ahemfo a oni omo koye as a member of the group move free Central Region Echo Greater Accra called to Sabana. Don't be worried. So when him say you are in the Central Regional House of Chiefs, now you're gazetted in ahemfo 4, and you know that the way it was done illegally. Don't be worried about what I am about to do. So our Central House of Chiefs, now why do you will say, oh, you're hine, and you can make bribe your queen mother. Again say, ube to me ede eye ketasheshe, krono, sebio, to me kakra owo, ede buni pa faswa. What I am about to do, the expose I made by every the Central Regional House of Chiefs, you should not be worried one bit. Because miankasa menana eye nana kuisata the Cape Coast mahine. Me uncle Ankasa no. I respect him a lot. And he's somebody, you know, I will never do anything against the Central Regional House of Chiefs. Abra, Sebio, Mayetia, Ayemfantimine. So the respect I have for Sa Papa Dinti, and I've held on until now. And he's my uncle Prekope. And everywhere I stand, I will defend the Cape Coast or Mahine anywhere. Baby, I'm but you see, Nana, with all due respect, I know, say you have heard this matter and all the things going on and what I'm about to do. Please, let me do what I have to do because I want to sanitize the Central Regional House of Chiefs. Senebeya sebi omenana se debi muniwa at least monana nom ebemu se the enkonya ene sebi house na muja no ho no. It is a house sebi baby abobeko bia na muchi mutwa muchi you will be proud of it. So yeah, penipa ba ko be all Central Regional me ferry the pa the Cape Coast or my me ferry the pa. I respect him because Oyobia, we didn't win. We're living a very respectful life. But there are some chiefs at the Central Regional House of Chiefs. All the good things are him from penifobia or a protected infantiman, a protected infantifo, and a there are some chiefs who are very corrupt at the Central Regional House of Chiefs. And yesterday I mentioned Enyan Abasa. Oh, this man. This man is one of the most corrupt chiefs at the Central Regional House of Chiefs. Ono eneye ohine ewo Enyan Abasa. This man, a very corrupt chief. Very, very corrupt. And he lies about everything. This man, he used to be a taxi driver in New York. And sana, yeah, kofane fiabru chamana ba Gano. Na oba Gano kwa no ni ka no betwikra no ni bi. Nipa omoma ne ka twi no, ono ene tene ne ho ena o sabotage omo this man. And this is the same man who with the Elmina chief. One Elmina hene no, sa papa na oni fie demu na, o deda the hotel no. The Elmina hene na, osori a oni fie demu, osori na oda hotel. Ohina oti hotel. Sa papa we, this Enyan Ebasa hene oni yere, ohina oni yere. So ask yourself, how can these people they leave any legacy for Ahiniani Adiamo Muso Mundino? He used to be a taxi driver. This is the man who was championing the idea that my father, now oti the Central Regional House of Chiefs, catch and in Kofuba gang say, I'm pressurizing me, papa, time me kufu power. Say me papa mra TV so be deny me. This man. And all the things he has been involved in, including Nyoma Ojinse Minim, on and now for fun, especially the Elmina chief. That's why I first apologized to Cape Coast Mahine. I've apologized to my father. I've apologized to Ahemfum Peniphobi in the Central Region. What I'm about to do, it will cause a lot of problems. So this man, wherever he is, and I've heard so about America, for about 8 years, this man could not come to America. Mumusa say, dear record pan or what? That this is the first time I went to about America. And you, the politicians now, more end this now, you are resourcing this man. You are going to be my enemy very soon. You are going to be my enemies because this is a man who did everything possible to make sure say Kanano Pokwajima will never become the vice president of Ghana and John Mahama will need a central region. This Enyan Abasa chief, a very corrupt man, a very, very corrupt chief. And the kind of things I'm about to do, and you see, go to that town, a chrono or say or yeah or go and ask. Was say chrono. This was a man who was just a mere taxi driver in New York. He didn't have a dime when he came to Ghana. In fact, time when we are in another New York, taxi. He did not even have a place to stay. Some people took money and brought him home. Today, he has become a traditional insect. Every single bribe, he wants to take it. And why yes, Sadiana, the good Central Regional House of Chiefs for the and I have told him and I have promised him wherever he is, called to be a person could be uncle. Me say recently, me say assembly that the Central Regional House of Chiefs now. Ebusian Fono, they know themselves. This morning I talked to that Ebusian. Papa we kwaje 400,000 Ghana. And also obey 100,000 Ghana dia koma ohene baako and ohene no omu change verdict no and ohene ne se onje. Sa ohene no ochna me de ne din ni nimu beba. The reason tia ohene na nje ne ka kire say sa some way ya nkan ye na end up in national ya nyina ye mbegu ase because of this greedy man. He is still insisting. And you see, or the vice president of the Central Regional House of Chiefs. Do you know how he became the vice president? Right now, the target didn't say he wants to use the Central Regional House of Chiefs and some politicians in the NDC to go to the National House of Chiefs. Inti go to the Central Regional House of Chiefs, secretary, because on an enuma buy case biane sikebi opesoji obekwa no panoto ewia not to enyumre not to every single bribe he wants to take it. This is the man. Mekachira must say, time when I'm side in war, Central Regional House, we can say, the day I will retaliate. Time when mo MPP no power na mo ye de na mo can say the day I will retaliate. One we had the Central Regional House, me guno. Mekachira in 2023, 2024. This guy, ordinary the vice president of the Central Regional House of Chiefs. Now, the president, Ankasa Krampure, this guy, he has turned him into a statue. He's using the president like a statue. What this guy, Moka said a scandal be about Dampare, no. The former National Security Board, the friend saying, Kandapa, time NPP bar power. Not to be afedi, and the National House of Chiefs president. Na Nana Kwebu Ewusi and the vice president of the National House of Chiefs. I'm telling you something about this guy. And Sana, I will take my time and come into his criminality. So time no omo to aba e Central Regional House of Chiefs and obey vice. So on a normal day, say ye to aba at the National House of Chiefs, it was a region behind the representatives echo. So about 5 people from the Central Regional House of Chiefs had to go to Accra to go and vote in the elections now. Time NPP bar power. And the idea was that they wanted every means to get rid of Togbe Afedi as the National House of Chiefs president. Mokai. Togbe Afedi, his vice is Kwebu Ewusi. So, Kandapa money MPP for no calculate. Omo your plan be say they were going to make sure Togbe Afedi loses the elections. Kwebu Ewusi, who was his vice, loses the elections to bring in Ojahoho. So Kandapa started the manipulation. Saskanda we say Satana people all power. So this guy was part of the group at Yomufi Central Region to go to the National House of Chiefs to go and vote. Now, do you know, say, Togbe Afedi's vice, who was Kwebu Ewusi, was coming from the Central Regional House of Chiefs because he is a Fanti and he was the vice president of the National House of Chiefs. Togbe Afedi, so he was coming from the Volta region. Could you believe? Omudru Accra, Omukoto Abano. Mukai said, baby, me de ahimfubi omutwa, Omukoto Abade picture. omoto ye no abano omotwa picture. It was this man. O we move. Me see me catch him say, "You know ye bear man na also wanje bribe no be kan kire me." This is the guy who led it. So when they got there election day, and a kandapa every man we catch and say they have to do everything and make sure they vote against Kwebe Busina of the Central Regional House of Chiefs and being the vice president of the National House of Chiefs. And it took Afedi. The chiefs no free a Central Regional. They were scared. They did not understand why they should come and vote against their own. But this guy was the guy who led that a coup against Togbe Afedi and Kwebe Busi. So this guy was the guy who went in there, took 50,000 and told the other chiefs that he has taken all the money. On in the chest, this guy. Me say me person call to be because me have him on tape. I have the election no more yet. This guy. So this is the guy who did all the coup against Togbe Afedi and Kwebe Busi. Now, do you know what? That is when he became the vice president of the Central Regional House of Chiefs. Right now, the target in United say he wants to use that deputy position at the Central Regional House of Chiefs to become the president of the the Central Regional House of Chiefs because elections seba. And then you see, Ope Ahemfuna Omuye Jumatia John Mahamane Nana Opokwajiba, the vice president, was this guy. Sikebi Obedibi. This is the guy who stood in public, Ekufuado, campaign time. Oka say Ekufuado de Oye Pegini, na Aden Kofo Didi Mahama Tama, Aden Ekufuado Kofo. This is this guy. And I'm shocked that you get ministers today who are buying Sisanoma Tamkama Kwawi. These are the people. This is the guy on this some group. Maka, I'll come and do a story on the Elmina chief. On the grandpa there, or two hotel, or hina or guest house. On the put them in who is all your hine. Or hina or guest house. Elmina of one hine, or hina or guest house. Now, you know, guest house there. And I think Abidjan guest house or Tianke. On your guest house, they'll be to my yama mine. Elmina, my hine. On your Kwawe, anyone, but what I want to tell you when I say, the Bayan, it started from when MPP were in power, and what this guy did me keeping it quiet, because you see, I wanted to prove a point to them, say, I was going to make the NDC win power, and after the NDC wins power, I will expose them. On America, Mumbusan said, America, this guy was not even supposed to be the chief of Enyan Abasa. Never. He was never supposed to be the chief. Me say, this guy, he was never supposed to be a chief, not a taxi driver. No ticket sika sika mafie. But I want him to understand what I'm about to start. Say open year, Uncle Fie no nja hini into. Because the embarrassment that is coming with it, on to mean Siano. And nobody. The way I now person papa deny me, no, I will let your own people deny you with the facts. The way you, or anyway, now say me papa because of MPP politics inti, me papa mra bontene embe deny me. Now mama me papa pressure. Now mu didi na tem Central Regional House of Chiefs. Now mu didi me papa tem all because I was working. Me say, I am telling you, your own people, they will deny you. Yan in term fie because I'm a It is just the first stage. Me Manatia says, what is going to come is going to come. And nobody can stop me. The disrespect you people disrespected my father. Now, enyame papa mo na boa ma bedi hene omo awufra brochire ba omo talk ama odedemu na untumi oba krom Ghana na uni kampotwi. Such an ungrateful character. Bribe eche we who bribe me say the court bi apeso ko bi akọ me twen. Any court you want to go, I am waiting for you. Court bi I am waiting for you. Now Ohini Kitwa we are oh, they say the whole House of Chiefs in the Central Region. Ohini Kitwa, only Elmina Chineno. I mean, I crumple and I'm because no crumple or no henny. Because on not hotel. Only dine them. A dine a dem. Sorry, Echo Gary say, me or henny. Only be them. Now, me the honest record, baba. Mo yes, I cool nina. Mo deliberately. Mo imagine somebody in Central House of Chiefs, Regional House of Chiefs, to mess up. No, me, I am ready. I am for baby. They know I respect. Me, I respect. I am for 99% of the Central Regional House of Chiefs. I respect all of them, but there's 1% to be womb. And me fantini me peneda Emma that bad 1% to destroy the whole. I am for more Central Region. Me pene. So, yan in time na ko Ghana. I've sent my boys to Abasa. They are going to bring videos for you to see a chrono of this. And if even the people are Omo Abasa and they want this guy as a chief. Connection man be arma ko form of Abruchiaba, Omumedi hine. Taxi drivers, Omumedi hine. Omumchichi toilet so just a yet chroma, Obiaba is Omedi hine. Into Omobano Muskape, na baby, they are entering, they are messing things up. Now, Kwawe, they be last, because I say, or the Central House, Regional House of Chiefs. Sami Papa, Senko a greedy man, and can this about power, and Sanka NDC, Sebio, and everybody will have to come and buy a car for my father. Me Papa will be a cow. He's using his Prado, he's very fine with it. It is for a greedy man and can board 10 and so. But my father is not on any board. You know why? Because he was living his life before politicians came. Maybe only board biaso. On call politician bianco panicho for me to board so as we speak. Maybe only government board, only bibia with government. Maybe for 2 way, sa land cruiser na mukodi konkonsa na mumubi mon kano kre bribe 7 na yatamamono. Maybe he can buy his own Land Cruiser. But he's fine with his Prado. If I want to buy my dad a Land Cruiser today, I can buy him a Land Cruiser today. I don't need to go and lick the butt of a politician. In China, they are honorable men and statesmen who, at the end of the day, they respect themselves. Thank you, Mr. S. Let me show you. This man. I can't talk away. That my dinner na me show. Me catch you say I will retaliate and it's going to be dirty. Me try Ghana. Me tiaso me try Ghana. Because I'm so drew Ghana. Na me ma ukro for no the things you have been doing. 2024 elections, 2020 elections. Nana do danko Kufuado eko ni krom ho. This guy. And the more NDC for so adama toka ma kwa we. You see, what did he say? Vote straight dress, no, not skirt and blouse. Enyan Abasa Chief Edge constituents. 2020. Tango for we na mo NDC for most of them toka momo. These ungrateful people. Ekufuado kromo catch them say, "Momon to skirt and blouse. Omon to aba ne Ekufuado ne MPP. No kunipa." They were at the House of Chiefs. Now no pokwaji ba no be campaign. Then they will gang up and they will go out there and destroy the woman. Sa Enyan Abasa anyway. He was the one leading. But don't you less about the pictures about you. Now Otu voka seminar saying or say politicians and TRC say to me yendin kaso. Sesia de e was ahemfo bi TRC say ahenie yentu ndin kaso. Otu for me da sepa for that statement. Nana ebi mo ay imagine say mu di ahenie na kaso a the time has come. Sa ahenie na yendin kaso. Because I say TRC say so one more bra ye one nyoma bi ye odo ho frafra krono ene nyoma bi ahia sa ahenie no ndin kaso. And that is what we have started. Intermediate is a message to him. Baby Obi amon kan say I am ready and I'm about to explode. So why are you ready? I'm also ready. With all due respect to the Central Regional House of Chiefs, the paramount chiefs there, I am from 24. With all due respect to you people, 99% of you, I respect you and I don't intend to disrespect anybody. But these kind of people at the Central Regional House of Chiefs, they are me and them. That 1%, it is between me and them. So, menana, Kwisata ene ahemfo akese amaka wa Central Region. With all due respect, munjame na mean dealing with the bad nuts in the Central Regional House of Chiefs. Thank you very much. Now, eye sofu trumu, eye intrumu fodwo. And intrum fodwo akwatena TV so. Na ade na oka. Yasi intrum fodwo ni gay lover say unretracted. Iti intrum fodwo enko court. Munim the lawyer nkuta jine. Small boy na ma me 19 on so 12 no. Now, me catch them 2 days ago say intrum fodwo or ye trumudifo or ye gay. Or ye GAY gay. We didn't call for to and the nipa na ofan to no aba bontina be catch say or say intrum fodwo de opebia onye. Now intrum fodwo akwatena eye TV so akoka asem bi momientie intrum fodwo. Momientie asem ni ye pa. You see, I keep telling Ghana for anytime a politicians ebedi boni ebechi omono, then they want to politicize it. Momientie intrum fodwo.
I don't want to glorify him because he's just a tip of the iceberg. The bigger people who are behind him and doing all these things, the government machinery, and I have cause to believe so. When I wrote, my lawyers wrote to him to retract what he wrote back, represented by a known lawyer, a lawyer that is a known NDC member, a lawyer that is visibly key member of the government's delegation to the recent United Nations General Assembly that forcefully sponsored the resolution of the passage of the reparation resolution. We saw Vomo key part of that delegation, key part of government delegation that represented Ghana and the government at UN in the full company of the president. And you remember it was just this UN trip which return brought about the government's sudden U-turn on LGBT matters. And so there's a lot.
That is your suspicion.
It's not suspicion. I mean, it is clear. When Angel Maxine started going on his madness on this matter, you know, it was Jubilee House presidential staffers who started promoting this matter. How many sponsors are championing the bill? 10. So why didn't they attack everybody championing the bill? Why did they single out one person? Why did they single out the pastor among them? Why did they single out the NPP among them? Because an NDC lawyer is the one defending, an NDC key member of government delegation, and I stress here, visibly accompanying President Mahama at UN General Assembly. And these are the agencies that support these things.
But
this is the very trip.
Is a lawyer. He's only doing his job. In fact, he can defend somebody accused of murdering, killing, robbery. He's just doing his job.
So,
no?
is it a coincidence that they go for United Nations General Assembly? And right from that General Assembly that he was visibly, you know, accompanying the president, they come back. The president holds an engagement with CSOs and says that the LGBT matter that has been on the front burner for years now, which became his major campaign message in the run-up to the election, is no longer a priority because of basic needs. Basic needs that did not arise yesterday.
I feel like radio so see hi. Odim say Jubilee House and a sponsor a year day a year nipana odin tum na nipana se on tiasie no on fa court. O say udi obi court. We go who fin say we tum difo. Obetina TV so I will say I nipana lawyer no. Your friend Oliver. Na Oliver no na say John Mahama na oko UN General Assembly. Na Oliver ni ko binti a Jubilee House and a sponsor magazine no say on gu enima say. Una watch your letter say woman 7 days. Also, woman is 7 days, undi ne to, and also wedi me to, and also undi ne to, woman is 7 days, only free in from him, and also only free from him because wedi ne to. I feel better radio say I say idea no, NDC for Jubilee House for Omoko General Assembly no, Max na Oliver no, ne lawyer, your friend Oliver, na Oliver no so NDC ni, into NDC for na target no, adentina nipa omote anti LGBTQ bill no so no, yanka so obi adi to because onunkwa, and I'm saying when they di to obi adi to, unu wako di to ni actually so di to. Adentina opeso force mo bisu go di to. It is obi to bill a committee so near mboni dia na ondi toa e force say mbo obi din so wedi to wona wedi to ne aba odin e dey na wo force who say ade ne mbo obi so din ka ho. Right now you could see he is not actually addressing the matter. You gave the person 7 days. What is this ranting about? Woman and dancing. What is this ranting about? Prepare your documentations, prepare your lawyers, go to court. Make a chemo say obwa. Na opese or the court ni wuna edien or the wuna ni gay lover no. She eye intim fojo and I say intrum fojo. We did to mwa che. Na mebusa o say Oliver because Oliver echo UN General Assembly. Na John Mahama call na Oliver o nti oyendisi ni a nti abotrika so oyendisi ni. Oya kwasia. Oh, the body language, you know. Oh, the confidence. Ni nyina ira. One nini one draw sum. Yeah, try say uncle court. Obwa. Magazine and some can. Aya no kre. Okay. Sa intru for Joey. Onim kwara da. Onim and then the last stop knew he is gay because the issue here is the warranty about who cares. If even Oliver is an NDC person, who cares? It's the crime we are looking at. Who did now when did he's refusing to. Say, I don't want to glorify him. Now, if you don't want to glorify the magazine guy, why don't you make sure your lawyers go to court? Now, statement OUZ. You have given a person warning. So I retract out in the court. I feel that you don't want to glorify him because NDC is a sponsor. Onimso odru quarter. Magazine be you obu video ane ye born to. Now funny etarada and a pocho. Onimse ye betche no. Because magazine no taking records of everything. Inti onim say a copy quarter. The whole world be say otara down na funi etara down and a so kwasia me catch them from day one. In true for jo sade na oye anti LGBTQ yam pass law obwa or they protecting home. Oye trum differ so my catch Ghana for every single day. Now we there so a sofu onya sofu bia kohwa asoro ni po no mada. Simple. Trumu udi ana wendi also obiti committee ni so adena mo kese onu so dibi wona ye busawo adenti na omo committee ni so no menkwa ni atagete me because wona weni breto wona wudi to obi antwa odi to committee ni so obi ani wa obi aba bonta be kase wo so wudi to enti sesia no wona wudi to enti wudi to akoyi wo ho ano wo so kokot afede obusa se adena menkwa na yesi me di to na wudi to no wedi breto enti ne ye ba odi so wedi to Intim intrumu fojo. Me catch her from day one. Sa de na na opesa okata so. Sa eye trumu a waya che. Trumu he akwa we starting mbema die. Enyende o. Enyende ena trumudifo eye intrumu fojo ene mbema start die. Ene de you don't want to give eye the magazine any attention. You will give. By force to force ya wasantenia bre. Obema by force attention. Because I know me saw on sa can set your letter be man warning. In the 7 days na so go to court o dying. Na me say wo asin central for asin south time to me mo almost o mo Jimmy papa. Say see from constituency no your friend to me D4 constituency. Asin south. And odru ha obia ferry asofo muslimin penifo me pese muslimin penifo ne asofo mo montro monya press conference na mon kan mo MP say onko court na onko yi mutim free eye de eye enkuasom eye tumudie enkuasom every say mo amugu asen south ade mo pese mo MP odi tumu no eye mo dana eye mo fa na eye mo dana me say eye de pa eye mo dana me say eye de pa yanko ne say na se me ye ne sa Trumwe koso ye ne sa koso mudana asin sa do me see mudana mo see de pa mudana see de pa yango ne see ana see won sa trumu koso ya ne sa wo ne sa wo ne sa abuofunu kokot abuofunu so for mama malam
I do not yet. One not been doing. One not do a sata. One not do a. I want to be studying. Talk about the Virginia. I want to do that. To advise you now.
thank you. I like it horoso, Balam horoso. But the matter horoso beko a Hajj next year. Now let's look at stories to be very important. And the Thursday afternoon show. Show be enjoy. Kevin Taylor your show. Oti TV so your show. Oti radio so there na wo ye. Obi anhwe. Oti radio so ye me your show. Obi anhwe. Jai hwe. Hwe. Ma me hwa de bi wa ha. Wo de me hwa de bi wa ha. Sisi an ukọ when I live show this year, TV for the radio for wow, your live show be a jai because enya de obi abehwe is obi a jai obi so your live show ne obi abeye. Kevin Taylor your live show obi a jai obi anya like one live show Mr. P Mr. S one live show GTV Ghana. Omo kro put the some can one GTV for your show. 2 avero monya nipa 2 mundum na mkoda nkwasiafo na mu ye show se semre am ye show mu GTV mu ye show se semre 1 nipa 1 na ehwe TV run na ehwe adaso we je am gwa na ehwe se national television wan biem na ye show GTV ye show ti nipa 1 me se obi anye show sama ba ewia no me be said nyira Conan the Destroyer yes ya wan biem na ye show besides cheche me go from ye show sisi me pese me hu obi o ye show obi a number well obenya 2000 me jai one day show sisi a mama hwe besides into the whole Ghana obi anya show GTV yet to GTV they know GTV the so munye TV pro we dey munye besides abeg one day show sisi a besides it obi anya live show Ghana sisi a TV bi any live show ni asem so kra ni team. It will be also on your live show. Be man answer there. He say, all right, let's take our business. Now, this is another story, very important. Endra, the president of the republic, John Dramani Mahama, Ekopie, the Volta region, and what actually happened in the Volta region. Abra President Ekopie Hono. What happened? And they say President Mahama, we say and our report about say omomuti eponano no ewo Volta region no. Sebio insuo no etu dodo no na sebio amanfo ejapade ne ade nyina say. Now we read this story now. President John Dramani Mahama has visited Fuveme in the Volta region to inspect communities affected by recent tidal waves and engage residents on both immediate relief and long-term coastal protection measures. Now, he noted that the area falls under the World Bank supported West Africa Coastal Area Management Program. That's the WACA. A 150 million initiative aimed at addressing coastal erosion and tidal wave impacts across vulnerable communities. The president assured residents that the project, currently at the design stage, will soon move into implementation, including the construction of sea defense system, groynes, and ecosystem restoration measures such as coconut tree and mangrove planting. In the interim, government is exploring immediate interventions, including dredging of the estuary to reduce pressure and mitigate further damage. In the president, Eko Hono one a year nipa omote a year ekura your friend Fuveme. Ewo Volta region ekodi nkomo ena ose wate se insuo no asoche no sebio ebu ema ebu fasoma pam nipa ba nkofo fie ema sebio sei injapade na president Mahama ne omokasa no say okase aban ayantotoye na ntotoye no nyina ne se eye World Bank edisike bi beto wa eye $150 million na sa sika ni nyina no de ebeye nyina ne se eye omo tetete empona no na insuo no epi omo a sebio etu omo no World Bank idea na omo ne Ghana ban ede omo tira bom nyina so omo be ne se omo eba be make sure say eye sea defense no project na yede aboa kese egu eponano no omo ebeye ni nyina na o se nimanim ya no eye aban tototo nyama bi make sure say eye omo titi insuo na no a epono eyi omo anase eyiri for omo no aban ede intutuye bi beba ode beje omo esiye na sebio atoyere nchem ento omo a omo te saabia no the president catch omo say nyama bebre no ma yeso omo beye omo ba bedua eye de ndua ebi oso a bedua eye nkube so omo resettle omo na omo ye sea defense na o say anche bia eye sea defense ejuma no ebe omo start na omo design nyina ewie na president Mahama ekasa no o assure eye Ghana for muti fuveme says Sebio Muninamu Ghana for now where a natural disaster a atoyenchama and nipa and a Sebio omokosie na Sebio Uchedian Ponkwame on Wankasa Nipoa Osiano ana Epoa Oboyano and on a eternity in the name wa Sebio two Yenianubi. In the president in Yomkasa Kachom say Omo Albino Eshomobo say Omobepe in the Menimea baby I'm almost so and why how na sea defense project no almost starting now. When you look at President Mahama videos a course so where the president actually paid a visit Bumianche the see ho.
I'm proud to see that this sea defense is still very effective. I remember in 2013 when I visited here, this road was half eaten by the sea. And then the electric poles were just by the road. And the sea had felled some of the electric lines. So the contractors had to reposition the electric cables over there and run a new line in that way, and then reconstruct the road and then do the sea defense. And today, the sea defense is still looking very good, and communities are thriving. We're doing Blekusu 2, that's after Blekusu 1. So that will give sea protection all the way towards Ketu, and then the Waka project will take care of the rest. This is all the result of climate change. The sea levels are rising, and because of that, coastal communities are all affected. So it means that government has to spend more money to try to protect the coastline. But there's a very good job. You can see many years after I left office. I think we finished in 2016 or so. Many years after.
President Mahama Eko eye onam kwan so eko sra Ghana for a omo sa constituency no gina no say okay said 2013 na omo ye sa sea defense we ewo water region na we ne phase 1 omo phase 2 a omo ya eye fumevefo ni nyina no eho ni nyina no omo sa sea defense no o say sa nyoma we nyina na ye nyoma ye boa ama Ghana ejina ne na so enti ohu sa ekwan ye o say time obedi president 2012 no na baby a emoba ne guni nyina no na electric post sisi in fact na insuo no kra etwa ekwan nim na otu o making sure say na ban in 2013 no omo yes sea defense no making sure say the abo eguo ama epo no sebio abo akonechi ama yi electrical wires ni nyina akọ the other side into no ka say we ni dwuma bia 2013 omo ye ya and then omo betuma ye more into na o kai Ghana for say these are some of the things that we need to be doing and why na adwene say obekọ nim na eye inkura ewo eye frau eye water regional insuo no asoche no na epo no etu omo no obe make sure say na ban we in the shortest possible time no IMF sika eye the World Bank sika $150 million no ombe yibi de aye sa sea defense project no ama eye awonafo ana ayigbefo no so enwo atomo President Mahama wa hye ayigbefo ene awonafo nyina ebo se oye president nko a NDC wa ban mu nko a JJ Rollins the Tea Party ne de eye awonaman no ana owona ekuro ana water regional at the NDC akoma so na de omo beye bia ma eye de nipa omo mu no enya sebio eye de eye bambo ene bibia obenya atena ye de ono wahye ne ho bo ahye Ghana bo se awonafo nko ade enya de obegya omo abjeje mu nti ono atu ni nan ekọ ho ekosra omo a omo te ho no na omo Ghana 40 ase se saa de we bia no ba be no eye de bibia eye atoyenchem no eye si no nti we ene de John Mahama enso eye now and ye nyina sorry no eye John Dramani Mahama we tutu ne nan akọ eye akosombo akohu damage ana eye eja eto akosombo a sebio ema Ghana nkane asem ekwa atwe kakra bi be a few days no. And President Mahama visits Akosombo, commends VRA and engineers for swift restoration after fire outbreak. And President Mahama eko hono ono ade ni kohwe damage a sebio na AC senior generators transformers ehye Akosombo a within 3-4 days no engineers no more VRA and omo eye de Akosombo no etumi within 3 days 4 days ekeka nyomasie ni a ama machines ni sa adwuma no. President Mahama ebo oma baso eka say he is very very surprised say omutumi edi adwuma overnight 24 hours and make sure say Ghana nkane na say gina na so sebio transformer a aban esesane de eda ho koso nkane de bedudum kakra if you say transformer na ye hyehyɛ ye tu transformer bi a kane abeko form ebeko off and ye hyehyɛ so ebeko na aba intene de the one will be a see that, but or say the agency VR for workers, engineers, and about together as a unit as Ghanaians to save Akosombo baby a jato or say he is very impressed. Inti some of the pictures damage and the John Mahama Eko Hona, it was crazy. On one case, he was surprised say Akosombo engineers the VR reform to me asama new transformers Juma and the Ama and Kanya 7 Ejina and Naso Kakra into pictures Libya. This is John Dramani Mahama and of visiting Akosombo Eko the extent of damage Ejano Edibaye Uwe no workers nina for Unifefe na or Ashom say or president in Kwade or make sure say Yankania some from 2020 eba Yankania some egu time or buy or the Mary buy car power buy or bija or omo catch excess power MP before buy best say and can yasem no so wasaba na ono mo be di juma bom or make sure say juma mo di bia no the niso na support bia VR ni ECG any a year Akosombo engineers ni hia no or be make sure say omo ensa ebeka. This is President Mahama oko Akosombo dam ko visit bibia assembly see no. So you can see damage see a jar a she Akosombo now 3 days ago na nipa bebre ADD president atem ADD minister atem small boys be on TikTok now omomane looking like say oh e bin see that in fact yen nyina yehu damage in the extent of the damage na enkwara bia sebio omunnim om left from right some very dirty boys bia sebio ye form to a omodwen say TikTok nti and the inclusive obi ni momuti they are popular no insulting the president and insulting the government and the yen nyina yehu kania na gina na so and the yen Ghana for the last 72 hours. Kania na ye scream say dum so aba no and the Kania na gina na so sebio menka say gina na so 100%, but at least you say impenifo Ghana omoboa achichire man no inti samutena social media tena TikTok na modwen say small following bi amonya $100 na $200 ni Jimmy kakrebia sebio ni pebi so mo so no madwen am say BBC a munya abotre entiem na mabetena TikTok Jimmy mo hono we will also follow you guys and end your career, and that is our mandate because so why adwen say obe misinform obe disinform obe sheda mo ni ada ho na why adwen say oh your politics so your politics ye be ma Ghana for mu say either say obe jai politics and also be politics. That is what we do here. Enti so your politics America politics. So your politics are your politics. And that is the rule we are setting from today. Say your politics are me nyina enti e ho ase say your politics. Say your politics are me hu say your politics. Now be hu say me gin say minimunyansa me your politics are frame dia ye be end your career. And we are not going to stop. We are going to bring it on this platform. So far, you find the platform we so. You starting huma, but you the platform we so, and people will understand why we are aggressive when it comes to people speaking the truth. So when you raise up a kind of crowd, Why you say obey jandam? Other platform ebe jandam abedada nipa. We will make sure we shut your career down. She Juma aban we ye. She Juma president we ye. She Nkania transformers are yes son of Ghana. Obviously, before Akoso Moshi, we were having some power go on and off. Ninginano, na ECG, the Ministry of Energy, na Omo Mayehu said it is because of transformer they were changing. But it became serious when Nipe because she Akoso, so it became crazy. And president, any Aban Bakache say the rate at which Kanyano Dumukwechino because of Akosomo Ejanational and Ankwasiafobi. Ebetina TV so I dum saba. Adena dede anamu 3 days ago it shows you say this government is working. It shows you say abawe juma, and I can tell you on authority transformer no mu change and they are going to do it. If it's going to take them 4 years, they will do it. Because NPP are buying say and coming munyansa na nkompeso bobo Ghana they should have changed all these transformers. Omankasa accept to say transformers ni say so why did we sit there for 8 years? Inti Jomahama mbra no some transformers nan kwasia 47 bi embe tina TikTok embe manu so buntu be keka kwasia sem all because kwasia bi say onimo TikTok all because Jimmy Fobi follow all because when you aduane bi di ochoba ye begu sa restaurant ni nyina ye begu sa companies ni nyina we will go after the companies who are giving you dimes to eat because mun ye ready some kind of credit. And every single company you people work for, we will go after them. We will make sure we take Manu Adriania free man. Ma catch them, ma promise them. Me ejuma we ma yache. I have seen the emotional part, the spiritual part, the physical part. Me part, I am Conan the Destroyer. So why you say, oh, but your entertainment, your entertainment. And I'm not stopping anybody from speaking on national issues. But if you decide to do that, make sure you are doing it right in the right way. Make sure you are not gendarming. So what you going to say? Oh, but bibi a friend, content creation was a creating a cheap, but I will come after you. And me, I never get tired because I have time. Me full-time job ni. Me nyadwuma bia nka dwuma we ho me japade wo wiase nyina me dwuma me ye we na me ye enti this is my job me nya soccer player me nya assemblyman me nya politician me dwuma nie enti you have to understand I have time. I can follow you every single day enti obianka sabo anhye ne yem. But if you are doing entertainment, do entertainment. If you are doing politics, do politics. So person will come politics and some be honest. That is all. But somewhere imagine say, mo pese mo ni ehia, ye na betuma repo. Mo ni mapo, ye na repo. Mo go back and check the number of people know my repo. We are still here. It's our time. This government is working. Yen Kenya some say age na so people are appreciating the job the ECG is doing. Foolish boys and girls. Mo, you have no idea. Mo transformers yes sano. Mistake ba ko ba pe nipa bewu. Kwasi ampanyi wenya edan tantan bi tima ye the China for wire na afefe mu akwasi asem abobra enti obetna TikTok abekeka kwasi asem ye kan why wan no se buntu abekeka kwasi asem hey me say ye na your time o. We have all the time on this planet and my job here I'm not saying some more obi and criticize NDC aban. No, I'm not saying that, but some person criticize NDC aban. Make sure you are speaking the truth. Say uye why you say oh the jandam will be film I will come after you. There are people we helped. Ya onkofo ya boa omo. At a point, ya njeka pray from who, but omo Jimmy intende they are struggling. Intimino, I will not entertain any kind of let me say. There is no media house in Ghana that is powerful than my media platform. Miracle, I will never go on any. The only media platform Makoso, out of respect and love, for Ransford Cable at your Radio Good. No media house in Ghana is bigger than my radio station or my TV station. No media house. So nobody should think, say, my call radio, the TV, so you can use that to come and counter me. Me. Afeni has started. Afeni me draw plan. Na me ye plan na. Me say, the mube dikrabe diamamo. Me say, afeni has started plan. Na me ye plan. The mube di, ebe diamamo. And I'll have to teach you people a small lesson. Most ankwara mu TikTok ni Facebook no. You bet you small lesson. Small lesson. Me No media house in Ghana. I will never get up and say, apart from Radio Good, I'm quoting radio, be interview me. Now, journalists ben or Ghana, onimi nyansa, onime juma chen me obe interview me. Journalists ben or Ghana. Who? And the baby some question that question make us a way there. Who? Say, why na what Ghana or na ma ba Ghana, me say me pe obi interview me. Na ma bodam. So I want you people to understand. Me strategy when you know. So person who didn't kakra stick to what you do. So person obasa filled we mudia and you're ready. Because you Conan the destroyers negua. Makama semiwi. Now, I mention another story, a very, very important story. And as I'm kesiye, a very important story is see. Na ni nyina saying, Ibrahim Mahama, or the CEO of Diamond Mine. And or the first gold that way to what towns are gold no ediama the gold board of Ghana. And you see, Mama Chawa Devi, the amount this thing a year history and I say sa gold ya Ibrahim Mahama legitimately or better take over Diamond Mine legitimately we to or the ama Ghana say ye what to no anka sa gold we nyina anka abrofono nebefa. Do you know that? Now, Chief Executive Officer of Engineers and Planners, Ibrahim Mahama, has made a part payment of 2 million out of the 5 million pledge to the Black Stars fundraising campaign. Ibrahim Mahama, a pledge say obetua $5 million and they supported Black Stars a year World Cup omobano and the Menuka say we would $2 million out of the $3 million, $5 million. And that is just one. Now, the main thing I want to discuss, is not even about the donation. The donation there, we'll talk about it. And Ibrahim Mahama, or taking over Diamond Mine legitimately, with all the experience, why you give over 27 years in the mining sector, the first gold that went to, which is over 150 million. Let me get the figures right. The first gold that Ibrahim Mahama etu, which is worth about, in fact, let me just show you. It's about 110 kilograms. 110 kilograms gold that Ibrahim Mahama to the first gold that went to, or the gold in our gold board is omonto. Now you have Ghana. Now yeah, reserves no you have been tour. So you can see today Ibrahim Mahama Sami Jemfi went to a year Ibrahim Mahama gold board Diamond Mine. They came to a year gold board and I say gold omudi ni nyina ba e be kire and omo check a quality quantity so you can see Ibrahim Mahama showing up there with the workers any gold na omo etua omo ton e de ama e de Ghana so this is the gold that Ibrahim Mahama mo etu omo first gold 110 kilograms gold tele and or say on ton ma brofo on ton ma Chinese for on ton ma America for what ton gold ediama gold board what ton 110 kilograms of gold what ton gold ni nyina ediama den gold board. Enti do not sit there and sa gold we nyina no sa 110 kilograms sa gold we nyina no anka ye de abrofo nanka na omudi Diamond gold mine so anka omo de be kwa abrochire anka abrofo ni the gold we nyina ekọ anka omo tam sa gold 110 kilograms anka omo de nyina ekọ kienya kapre ebi anka benya mu 1% pe enso ende Ghana ni etu Ghana gold no odi ama Ghana se Ghana nto na Ghana nto nyamfa so. And this is what we keep talking to you people about. Yemu bi yejiminti MPP for Jiminti. Now let's go listen to Sami Jemfi time Ibrahim Mahama, engineers and planners. Eba ya ombe handi over a year gold to a year gold board.
This is also a vindication for those of us who made all manner of mischief about the legitimate acquisition of this Diamond Mine by EMP. I mean, this is your vindication right here. We've never seen anything like this on the part of any major large-scale mining company. And that is not to spite them. Of course, they are not Ghanaians, so you know they don't need a Ghana city. But when you have a Ghanaian at the helm of affairs of a large-scale mining company, he's okay If the Bank of Ghana and the gold board say, sell your gold to us, we'll pay Ghana cedis. We are not paying dollars for this. We are paying cedis. And the gold will stay here. And then we can sell the gold for dollars, or we can keep the gold in our reserves. And generations after generations will come and benefit from that. The fact that we are getting 110 kilograms of gold from Damine Gold Mine. And this is just the first output. Many more will come. But that is not the real excitement, you know. The real excitement is this. Even with the small portion that we've been getting from large-scale mining companies since 2022, many people don't know. But that gold is not given to the Bank of Ghana or the PMMC now Gold Board in Ghana. That gold is sent outside the country, refined in refineries outside the country, and then sold to Ghana in a form of bullion, refined gold. So we don't get to refine the gold in our own country to retain that value. The refining fees here, the refining charges end up in multinational banks outside Ghana. Now, the reason why this is a game changer, that this gold has come in a form of doré, raw gold. We will assay it here. We can and will refine it in Ghana. So the refining charges will stay here. If we buy it, the silver is ours. It will stay here. We will decide what to do with the silver. And this will not only lead to reserve accumulation, but also create jobs and many other opportunities for Ghanaians. And so this is why we think the media must begin a conversation about the contribution of large-scale mining companies to reserve accumulation and local value retention. It is about time we had that conversation and got a commitment from large-scale mining companies to do more than they have done over the years. 10% is definitely not enough. If they can't beat this, if they can't match this 100%, at least 30, 40, 50% will give us the kind of returns we need as a country. Thank you very much for coming.
So that this is history. The first time in the history of Ghana, a Ghanaian, in a short space of time, and just 6 months old, or the other diamond man legitimately, legally, or starting a Juma and do 1 month, with many gold over $20 million at the Ghana. Say, Monto, and for Swaninka Kromha, remember, under the leadership of Sami Jemfi Gold Board, over to be about 2 refineries in Ghana. Do you know that? Recently, Sami Jemfi paid a visit to one of the refineries under the leadership of Sami Jemfi, and the gold no yam fan kwabro chain of refining. Now, bro, for and some beton. Today, we are refining the gold in Ghana, and this is what Gold Board aye. Right now, if we get more Ghanaians taking over our gold industry, do you know where we will get to? Because we're in less than 1 month, and in less than 1 month, so what to me, 110 kilograms. Then let's say minimum, if every month they are able to get even a year 20 kilograms or 30 kilograms, do you know what we are talking about as a nation? And if all this gold they mine in Ghana, they hand them over to Gold Board for Gold Board to assay, to refine in Ghana. Now, a year costing a kawaha, securing in a kawaha. Now, we are able to pay them and then save some of them. Do you know where we are going to get to? At a point, you know, and at a point to come, yeah, Mbobe Siampo as a nation. But you see, Tama Ibrahim Mahama from 2024 and the Kufuado or started apply say he wanted to also mine after that man fold up. No, the NPP started insulting Ibrahim Mahama. They started insulting John Mahama. But NPP Kufuado and omututu obedi na omo enya company bia sebio what that credibility and capacity to mine like abrofo de na omo ye no. It is only Ibrahim Mahama's company that could do that job, and it is not said Obi handing over the company to him on a silver platter. He had to fight to get it. He had to work with the experience and then that credibility what to me I gather around the world, you know, and the man qualified to take over that man. So let's not joke with these kind of things. Sasika when anka abrofo de 2 years come de ko. Enti Mekechos MPP no momo montana position be 42 years. After 42 years no na ye nyina ye na sisi ye na Ghana no ejina ye na nyoma ye ntiase ne atiase because sa de we nyina MPP ba power omo be say no ne ati krom ha no mo de eye de ejapade ba ye anka sa ejapade no de na mpeso mo ye ni o na nka mpeso mo de sa eye man ni nyina e koma abrofo na nim de eye wo abrofo no mo koma mo na companies ni nyina ye omo dia na eye Gabi Ekufuado ne bedi etuo mo omna na companies ne omo dia e wa abrochire intina nka omo ton man ni nyina dia ma omo ho abrochire inti abrofuru to gold na nka omo dia kwa abrochire na yakoton ama omo ho and a Ghana for yampene. And these people, they still have that agenda on the table. So this is history in the making. And this is not news. I would say a deal. This is something we are supposed to have a conversation about for about 6 months. Master, Ghana, you bet my boka. Bank of Ghana, bet my boka. I don't care. Ghana, energy sector, a bet my G3. Abra ya fix it, I don't care. As far as the edisika ebefie and the economy is stable, that is what I care about. Remember, you be inheriti ana Ghana and this be inheriti energy sector na ekase ne daho na over $1.2 billion and the almost to akara manaka less than 700 million. Time a Bank of Ghana MDC buy ebe take over a car na esum Bank of Ghana. Sa e canon still Bank of Ghana eda hon. Let me tell you, sa uba now beto say eka 10 million dawa. To fight that debt, you need to understand say every single day that debt accumulates interest. And it's a NDC ba power. Now say Bank of Ghana aboka $9 million ana bibi dawa. Remember, say NDC and agree say omo ba be solve sa e kind of problem. You need to understand say every step you take to solve that problem, you have to spend money. And the probability say you being able to solve that problem, no, you are going to incur debt. Now, when you incur that debt, that means say that is your breaking point. That is where you take level. So when you take level from there, that is when you recalibrate the system and I'll start to go in for profit. And see, I will not be surprised if today there is news out to say Bank of Ghana, Aboka, it is the overflow now, if 2023-24 now, MPP for Jan Hono, and no, they are trying to solve. Also, the Biabu Saba said, banking cleanup, no. Adentina Ugu Bank say this say guno. Ombeka say we had to spend money to close down banks, and this is the same thing happening at the Bank of Ghana. It is in the Bank of Ghana here an audit. Near the Bank of Ghana about $15 million. You need to understand. Say, they need to find a way to fight that debt. Now, at that moment, you will fight it and create losses. Those losses, and then you breaking point. It means to say, going forward, you will be able to now start taking level. Now, when you get gold board, you get some mining companies, you get some of the government institutions making money and bringing money in. What it tells you, they say, at a point, everything will take shape. At a point, after a year or two, now things will start to take shape. I want about now economy now so into one. Apart from the AC and the AC in 2024, your Bank of Ghana over 60 billion. We could not account for those monies. Free power, now, what is going to happen from now on? And I say the positives now are buying with air chucking. It is slowly eating into the negatives. Now, as the positives are eating into the negatives, what happens is that the positives drop. It is a Canada ha and an NDC for positive in the ha. What it's going to do is it needs to come down and eat into this negative, into a bedico negative way. A better from to argue about say NDC is making losses. No. What is happening is say the positive will have to come down all the way, eat into the negative to diminish the negative. It won't say positive neighbor down, not negative neighbor down. But say then the negative will disappear. Now when the positive gets to this point, because not positive because the positive had to eat into the negative. So profits now be making it has to serve or solve that problem the negative has created. And to say 20 Ghana. Now, solve a 15 Ghana problem. What is going to happen is over 20 Ghana and then solve 15 Ghana problem. Now, Sebio Usikaka 5 Ghana. Ubibeka say Masawaboka. No. Umboka, because what you have done and I say, 20 Ghana no, 15 Ghana now, or the solve a Canada no, 5 Ghana no abede or positive you have to start riding on. And that is what is happening at the Bank of Ghana. And to be Bank of Ghana Boka with Jimmy, because the Bank of Ghana came to inherit a debt that they had to find ways to solve it or fight it. It is all the 20 Ghana, fight 15 Ghana cedis. Now say, or the 15 Ghana cedis out of the 20, 8 years Sakana. Obibeka say, now 20 Ghana and went to 1 year, you 30, and son went to 15. Or say, no, I need to take out 15 Ghana to clear the 15 Ghana debt. Ebeka 5 Ghana cedis, which is a positive number. Now I can start building on it. Into when you see Bank of Ghana record, and the Bank of Ghana, Boka say, it is not losses. These are the negative that they use the positive to fight. And itina say Bank of Ghana boka ema Ghana igua. Why is the dollar stable? Why are we still recording a lower inflation rate? It is because the Bank of Ghana at the same time fighting the losses. They are being very reasonable about their spending. Into okuta 20 Ghana or fighting 15 Ghana or the 15 Ghana no 5 Ghana. They are not using the 5 Ghana to just go buy food. They are making sure say 5 Ghana no, or the move 2 Ghana bet your light bill, or the move 1 Ghana bet your water bill, or the move 30 pesos. It's what happens is say, obeji so aboka, but at the end of the day, we cheer a lot of problems and 5 cities require and to me solve it. Then what happens is say 2 cities they can start building on the 2 cities. Into realistically, you cannot tell me the Bank of Ghana aboka. No, actually wait Jimmy. And you see the inflows. Send your abino, edisika, juma, their internally generated funds. Abano kobo besia or bontene. Because Sabanwe a lazy government. Anka, the government should have gone out, borrowed money, and said, say, oh, yes, you have power, no, Bank of Ghana and Boka. But this government is trying to recalibrate the system. But you're going to get shocks. You're going to struggle. And that is what happens. The moment you do that and you get to your level, then the country start to cruise. So from next year, you will see, say, our indicators will start to be positive throughout because they are biting the bitter pill now. Some John, Sami Jenfimo, and other institutions here, they are basically building Ghana, your finances, because now Diegu. Now Diegu. Let's not listen to MP before GB4. Oh, Bank of Ghana Boka. Bank of Ghana Boka, no, at the end of the day, I don't care. What I care about is Bank of Ghana Boka. Dollar was 17, no. So Bank of Ghana knows what they are doing. And that is what we need to understand. Now, my main story from the MPP, they are a very dangerous group, and you have to be very careful about them. The reason why I say that is say, utie sa video we are, you'll be surprised.
Your bone pa and Koya, Uko for now only cuckoo.
The Abayan is if I could trade the island to me, the far from Malcolm Evu. We drew a bunch of more. Hey, Mahama, Jessica, Mahama, Jessica, and I'm the Lady Mania, video cracker. Mr. McKee, Kujani be. If you can't tell you, baby, then why just a pick up food, a pick up food? I will see you. Almost float them. Look off Ruby, I want to go. Oh, I mean, you haven't got your music on me. And I was just my phone. You were near to like one, you got him to that, you know, Uncle. About it over got the other from Carvini and got. I mean, I'm going to drink cuckoo, Biasi. You need to be here. You wouldn't interrupt with your young. Now, we're going to come in the moon. Then you'll be on a farm to put through. And then you'll be on a boat. It's a Pafano. A farm became. I mean, so one now will be a medium card or them to better you. We live in a baby. You are no zoo, only the Nubia Bacassadi. And I'm saying, Menyaquina. Come on, dear Rolf. Oh, and near my mamma and Sasso, say a day. Never throw, young Jenny. No, I can't perform. No more, I didn't pen of 1 people, boy, and pen of 1 more. There's only MP party in the moody. We are, I said, we had never gone with a name and come from baby, no, I'm a friend. What I say, you're grown baby. And about baby can't tell me that. Because I'm glad as a mamma can be glad. My country, the chili, more better. And a young Papa, oh, more to my head. And Kakaka, I'm sure you'll mind. Oh, not a man more to remember. I'm assuming you've been obedient. Yes, I have Becca. I have British Germany, you know, with my British Yavuma Cocola. No, you more, I will remind Kakaka. Munam Kwaji, my king. No, 5 minutes. They don't make me 5 minutes. That's an awesome no ground. Now, my being move with you. There's a moment to make a certificate. Come back and eat one better about to and I only managing more. A year better than a dear Manaquania. Bahama. You
see, MPP are a very dangerous political party. And as we move as a nation, what do you say? They use a lot of people. Oh, the Omodia Branty. And Oman Omati Krumo Crampo, almost some Kukuya from Ponomunimu Pose Bibi Koso, Omako Bapata Wum baby. And not don't pray. Patricia PJ, the two Jenny. And you see, Sade no moya yeninano, they start all the jandam from the Ashanti region. Makachra must say, MPP. So mo be Jimmy almost starting was Santimemu. Makachra Ghana for Sasemuya, Mojo Sameboa. Every time the MPP so Jimmy almost starting was Santimemu. And you see, every time Biano, my party bia, no cray a friend no cray kebi. And they always try destroy people, use people, and dump them. And something about the MPP from the day I take party no. So man dampe wana so man to antwe no muku ato atwene. But you see, enyansafo na sebio edun pempenso bia MPP use omo no. Omo tumi tena ka say bi enye saa na chekere man. They all come out and speak truth. No be him said, "Edabi beba ema hopes na doye abetena ho akase tia MPP." No be him said, "Edabi beba ema Kennedy Japan and the Kennedy atwene ho afri MPP mu akotena nchen." Edabi beba amende enkwara sebio omodros endru nine de enim seba omia betuma mama musika se omundika de atam say ye bia ni tiri so. That is the MPP. That is the Mahamudu Bawumia MPP. Samira Bawumia MPP. That is the MPP and ye nyina ye hu the kind of party omoye. And komo say brandy with life. All because yenko santimemu, yenko twatro, yenhihya asem, yenfa janda muntu nipa bitrim, na yemma nipa bi ndwene say amanfo na sebio. You see, so you Ghana na wadwene adwuma, never listen to the MPP because omo agimi. Omo so omo agini, omo nyina no mabodam, and I keep telling you people, me say, una munwuram na ko hu MPP ni, na se uko hu eyeden wo wa. Di nkan ku MPP ni oya santini na se no ku wo no. Me say, na munguram na hu MPP ni oya santini na hu wo wa. Dinkan mantam MPP ni no, dinkan chichire ni boduam. Ansa na weku wo no because ukoku wo na wombra no na sa MPP ni asantini no okuta MPP flag no, okuta bafu or the be wo. The MPP, they are a very dangerous political party. Enti ayana mama mutututu MPP for say any day biano don't give them the opportunity. Omoba wonchen you're very alert. Always make sure nessa omo de wo be di djuma omo be use you. Now I mention a story for. We don't have much time. Now story with a very important story. Chairman is clocking. Wontumi instructed us to mine in Tano Nimiri Forest Reserve. Edward Ekuokun, former general manager, Akonta Mining, tells court. Chairman Wontumi ankasa, the former manager, no share Akonta Mining sunyina. Your friend Edward Ekuokun, and there occupy court. Tano Nimiri case na court, criminal case Wontumi jina ho court no. Now, I'm going to court no, and Chairman Wontumi ankasa general manager no share Akonta Mining sunyina no. Or say, or come a court at Yasie. Omura forest ni muno. Omuko this gold. Omuko sensio. Eko boom in Nia. Ese Ghana and Sassano. Chairman Wontumi na instruct you omuso omunkoye. We in Kosan kende judge ni trying judgment ni okoye ni mu. Edian biempa ni epese yete. Efa sa galamsey case we edian biem ni epese yete o court. Edian biem ni epese yete. Nipa na no ya Akonta Mining general manager no. Or say omura Nimrim Forest no na enye ono na instruct you chairman Wontumi na friend ka say monfa excavators ni wuram. Mumbundua, muntu amena, munse koko, munse nsuo. Or say chairman Wontumi and instruct bronika say instructor. Bro fumu ya ka say instructor. Ni twi mu ya say oshewo. Oshewo say your way. Instruct, it is similar to forcing you. Because when you are instructed, you have less opinion to say no. So every time you are being instructed, you are given instructions. That means you obey before you complain. You have been instructed. It means you are being what? You are being forced, in quotes, to take care of a business. It just say, ya foresee omo instruct you omo chairman Wontumi catch omo so omo mbu de ekwa enungu. Inti yetiasi si ade na yeji e wo court. Ade na yeji wo court. Ade na si aye wo court a ye waste time. Nipa na no hwa akonta man na say judge. Papa we na ka say yenko bunsuo, yenko bunnua, yenko sensuo, yentu judge yenwie ne yenko fie yetete court ye den. Yetete court si yetete court ye den. Judge, with all due respect, Mr. Judge, what are we doing in court now? What are we doing? Akwana na ejuma no ode na hweso nyina no o si boga ene ma instructions ene de excavators ni wura nim ene sensuo ene tu gala ene budan ejeje ya bibia yesi a case nko se nde ne o kire ya judge to be judgment ni ko yenim because anyway we are just wasting time on Chairman Wontumi. We are just wasting time on Chairman Wontumi. And I believe, say, with all due respect to the judge, he or she should not push this case again. It's done. Ya can we see? Show na see. Chuck Norris moving on and Bruce Lee ada. Ye we ade bia pa na ya petie. De ne pese etie say, why na ma to me ma obi ko wura asase ne so. Nipa na ko wura asase o se Chairman Wontumi na ma ne to me. Se se ayetete ha ye den. Bebraya ye kenyina ye hwan na ma hwan kwan ma ne koye saa ewudisem no eno ano no hwan na ma instructions no ma ewudisem no course so nipa na okodi ewudisem no o say ma abrantie we yefene Chairman Wontumi ono ne ka say yenkoye asemasa long story bi ani ho we njidwamu bi anim ena ye kwaba ena your honor ena excuse me your honor ena lawyer Nkutajene your honor we are simple.
My lord, it's me. Sorry, my lord, it's I. It's I, Lawyer Nkutajene. Please, my lord, can you give me a time explaining things to you? The case is old case. It's 1978, 28th century, the case. But it's not now the case. Thank you, my lord. Yes, please, my lord. My lord, it's me. Sorry, my lord, it's I. It's I, Lawyer Nkutajene. Please, my lord, can you give me a time explaining things to you? The case is old case. It's 1978, 28th century, the case. But it's not now the case. Thank you, my lord.
Thank you, my lord. Yes, my lord. It's an old case. This case is a finished case, my lord. Nkutajene has said it. Long be from your statutory court, they pass a makupeneti. Yeah, by my lord. Thank you. Please, can you do this? Can you change this document? Nina before you can Nina asa makudi peti. One may go to a yedi asa. My lord. Yeah, to court, ya koba jina, ya chesha tai, ya yinche, ya kasokni, Nina no, near pass a makudi, my lord. One de kobu nuano. One de go to asasero. One day we ask my man quite so my lord and a demuno and my lord where's to see a plan bang my lord into me coffee and chow and I say me come out never people my lord brother bomb me cat where ye do my lord kono kotometia me we are so would me just my lord where's to see a plan aqua me rapper my lord afa we are clocking. My lord, we are still clocking. You don't have to do too much, my lord. The finality has been finalized, my lord. Let us clock by this week. Clock it. Alaji, everyone go for more.
I do not yet. One not been doing. One not was Satan. One not
have clocked for you. We are clocking. We have clocked it. This is a simple clocking. We did it be my lord. Let's not waste time and money on this. The near person long be the Lotto doctor is a good Samaritan, my lord. My lord, he is a good Samaritan. That's why he has given my own numbers. What are they? 3, 32, 64. You must be joking. 25, 17, 10. Sure banker. My lord. You are let's not stress about this. My lord. We will clock. We are clocking. Now you say we're another courtroom. Another banger. Aya edubu ahin case no sunye. Another mirror Mexico. Another banger. Aya edubu ahin case no so aba Kwabena edubu ahin caused 2.5 million Ghana cedis to be sent to Rashida Sani's One ZA Limited from BNC bank account. We abayua na sebio oye juma ema obi aye friend no Kwabena edubu ahin. Another banger. The banger is the Dawson. Or see, Your Honor, my lord, you see, or see, Kwabena edubu ahin na ejuma. O mamitam sika pole 2.5 million new Ghana cedis. Mame chiro, you got a 2.5 million new Ghana. Oh menjia, one head down. Tete Ghana no, 20 Ghana no. Ya be shisha ahwiaka nkwa 45,000. Ba be hwie sike guo enko ho. 2.5 million new Ghana no. It is a tete 10,000 articulate nkwa 30,000. Abe hwie sike guo. No hwie no adana no ko na fofraba. Sasika no abraya we say eye edubu ahima ne transfer sasika no koma ma abibi ye friend no eye den Rashida Sani eye national security for sika otam 2.5 million new Ghana tete Ghana sika no mo amuti asantemem no mo amuni menhia pa no uwura entrance no ma wo na yato no ekwan na da ho ni nyina no ahwiaka 30,000 omu nyina ba no mo yeguo bra no boko saa sika na edubu ahin tamma koma maame baako wei ede na eda ho te ha na yeso nsam so your friend Rashida Sani's One ZA Limited almost sending sika free BNC bank account edubu ahin na instructed maame a your friend Mildred Donko or say me and edubu ahin mami yi saa sika no every the national security for accounts 2.5 million Ghana cedis. Tete Ghana skano se opeso ka about 250 billion. Pay. Obato nakato Ghana nyina ni kumasi nyina still enso 250 billion. Enye sikawa. And the court asema wate wa masum no sika podio 2.5 million new Ghana. Tete Ghana no 250 billion. South Central so kosi santase ewura aya bantama ebetume dwiri dan ho nyina egu esijan foforo. I'm telling you 250 billion. Just say what one has on tete but it's all good. Court let the process work. Now another banger. You don't court. I was given pre-signed checks to withdraw and wire transfers. Mildred Donko, third prosecutor witness in Edubu Ahin's case, tells court. My man say, she, no, obebano, na check, yasin signed the ho. And our brother friend then pre-signed. Obekononi sign it. Na obaya say, sa check way. Confess ko transfer kwa 100 billion, 300 billion, 400 billion. Or say the human say oba no atam no akọ send transfer. Che say na sika we dubu ahin ho a otam Ghana sika or so send kwa ha, otam Ghana sika or so send kwa ha. 50 billion Ghana and you say mo amote asantememu no menhia enche ho right ho no 50 billion. Ahwiaka be 450. Omu nyina ba pe na ma be hwegu still endu sa sika no. Sasika nyina ko MPP asemesi ho and then the Ejina court another banger eya witnesses no chirechirem we ni sika afa di pansem o Sasika we ebetuma yeswame interchange yebetuma si konfo no che eya den eya statue nkwa 545,000 ukumase me ka kire o Sasika we Sa 2.5. Ebetumi si confound statue. Sa confound yebetumi si bia ofie bia mu. Na ni sika no bodua na gold. Yebetuma ye bi. Sa sika nyina MPP fo edubu ahuma fa edi. We air court. Another banga. Kobna Edubuahin sent huge sums of monies from BNC account to friends and businesses, including proprietor of Alhaji's wife, Wache Rashida Sani. Mukaisa mekachira musa sama amena. Your friend Rashida sa Alhaji Alhaji's wife Wache esma bibi oton Wache akotoship. Sama amena mukaisa menemo kan semi fa besides what's the name? Ansa, what's the name? What's the first name? Sa boy been national, and I'm so surprised to say that boy. He's a pre-second. Your friend, besides, give me the name. Something answer. He's still at the National Signal Bureau. MPP for video Jimmy bought bruta. Sa boy no, Aslausu and the share the National Signal Bureau. The boy is still working there as we speak. That boy on an ejuma wema or ejuma wema edubuahin. Do you remember Sa boy made a scandal? The NDC are still keeping that boy at the National Signal Bureau. He's still there. Ben Ansa, or a per second, or that day. Or na, or adopting a day, bongo ideas, no. Sa boy and the coachy bongo ideas, or the idea shade it, no. The NDC are still keeping that boy at the National Signal Bureau. I'm telling you, he's still there. Or no, and or in between a day, a year, edubuahin, and it's ameno. Stolen cars ni nyina no ene na ekofa problem bre Shatawale no it was this guy. Ben Ansa, go and search other one National Signal Bureau NDC for no it is sometime I saw my bodam. What is Ben Ansa doing at the National Signal Bureau? Mama bodam. Why is that boy still there? Why is he still? This is a boy who hacked your system in 2020. This is the boy who led the hacking of your system, destroying your system. Election movie here. Omokache Ghana for say you cannot collate elections. Ben Ansa any the group, or they Anoche, any those criminals. That those are the people who did it. This boy has been kidnapping people. Ben Ansa no kutatuo botuo Ghana. National Signal Bureau, not Oye Jumama Aya Akwawe, Edubuahin. These are criminals. Why are you keeping him there? You want to lose the next elections? These are people who are going to take information and go give back to Akufo-Addo and Bawumia. Are you people stupid? Why are you still keeping Ben Ansa? Why are you keeping Ben Ansa? Ben Ansa, a robber, a murderer, this foolish boy. Then you still keep this boy at the National Signal Bureau? Are you people insane? Ready. Mama Chum, I can't crave any upon. Hey, you're just 12 minutes to close. Ghana National Association of Teachers, I can sing in there, and I want to stress a little bit on it. And I agree with them to some points. Start reading on here. The Ghana National Association of Teachers has raised concerns over what it describes as insufficient budgetary allocation to basic education. President Prosper Techi, speaking after the association's National Council meeting at Ejiso Abankro, called for increased investment and the establishment of a dedicated fund for basic education. And let's go listen to the president of Ghana National Association of Teachers.
Council again has observed with great concern the inadequate budgetary allocation to the basic education level within the Ministry of Education. The truth is that in the year 2026, only 990,500,000 Ghana cedis. I'm picking the figure again. In the year 2026, that is this year, if you look at the budgetary allocation to the Ministry of Education, only 990 million Ghana cedis, 990,500,000 Ghana cedis representing 9.31% of the entire education budget, was allocated to the basic education. And we think this is woefully inadequate, in as much as we are concentrating on the senior high schools, which we applaud government for. We think that it is time to shift its attention to the basic schools. At least that is the foundation, and we need to lay a good foundation for the future, or for the senior high schools. And that is why we are calling on government that it is obvious that quality public education is not possible without adequate funding. Hence, Council urgently calls on government to increase the allocation to the basic level and the institutions of a dedicated fund for public basic education.
I support the Ghana National Association of Teachers. In fact, I believe that the amount of money you allocated to a year, the education ministry, when it comes to basic education, honestly, I believe it's not enough. If we want to get a free SHS or second cycle education, papa, the basics should be the best. And NDC is known for paying more attention to the basic schools and our basic education. And I believe, I support what Ghana National Association of Teachers are saying. In fact, we need to have a dedicated fund for basic education. The way I want a dedicated fund for health, you want a dedicated fund for energy. We should be able to, at least for basic education, we should have a dedicated fund there. This is for infrastructure, it's for expansion, it's for making sure the Enquarana Omunyendru SS, they will get the necessary materials. Because if we are not able to prepare these young kids at the basic level, your Mudu SSR, they become a waste of time. And for every senior high school and our second cycle education to work or become successful, you need a stronger basic education. I believe, what National Association of Teachers are saying, it is very true and it's on point. The government should listen to them. It's very important because and they are not saying the government isn't trying or the government isn't bringing money, but they are saying it is not enough. The kind of work we need to do, the kind of a basic education, we all believe, we all understand, it needs to be a lot. The attention we are giving to second cycle education, it is good, it is great, but it is looking like we are neglecting the basic education. And in Kurano, Class 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, GSS 1, 2, 3. That's all when you have fundamentals in the writer. The SS is going to be tough because accredited for SS, not GSS, not ultimate ready, ultimate troye, comprehension, ultimate nye, ultimate enya BBA, enya math, or do SSR, or better school. So we need to pay more attention to the basic schools or basic education. So I believe the government, the finance ministry, the education ministry, you guys should sit and meet at a point. We need to at least a fund for basic education. A fund. A photobia, a waha, enquara omoko from nursery to a year JSS 3. I was say to me, Emma Nikoho. In this era, we are not even supposed to have any basic education and at school demo assay. And this say in schools and a tree. And this say enquire a lucky a desk, materials to learn. Teachers are supposed to be accommodated well in the basic education level. Because a ho and a BBA let me tell you, second cycle education, it is basically to go chew and pour. But when it comes to basic, it is not chew and pour. When it comes to basic, they are now beginning to learn new things. They are now being introduced to grammar. They are being introduced to writing. They are being introduced to how to write, to express themselves. They are being introduced to arithmetic, math, how to do calculation. They are being introduced to new things. So from the beginning, so when you're write, now say more basic, I understand it. You're more yet. Now so miss that liner. SS will be a waste of time because if you don't have the basics, you cannot read and understand. We need to pay more attention to basic education. And I agree with the National Association of Teachers. With this, I agree with them. And I expect the government, Mr. President, the Education Minister, the Finance Minister, this is something we need to pay attention to. In the next budget, let's try and move things around a little bit. And if even a fund in the create, and then multi-million-dollar companies can put something in it, and we can at least allocate some of our revenue into that fund to help sustain and protect young people who are basic level. It will help us. So I support the Ghana National Association of Teachers on this matter. We need to all speak on this matter. We need to put our voices in there. This is not political. This is not about NDC, NPP. This is about we helping building the foundation of our children. Because say a young Korano foundation at the primary JSS level, I'm telling you, the no SS in your waste. You want Kora and the more SS or to me myself. You want Kora or SS they cannot express themselves because they did not get the basics right. So let us all try and get the basics right. So please, this plea from the Ghana National Association of Teachers, we should not play with it. We should pay attention to it. And I hope, I believe, and because I know the finance minister is an intelligent guy, I understand what I'm talking about when it comes to basic education. The budget that is coming, they should try and create a little room for basic education. If it's a fund we have to put together, let us try and do that. Now, the next thing they spoke about, something we call the Ghana National Association of Teachers is calling for an extension of maternity leave for female teachers from 3 months to at least 4 months. Now, President Prosper Techi, speaking after the association's National Council meeting at Ejiso Bankro, said the demand forms part of broader concerns over conditions of service and investment in basic education. Ghana National Association of Teachers, SACO, the annual meeting, Adzamba Masade Tudja, and say, Omo Pese, Sebio, Ema, Omo ye teacher for Omo Kowa, de be Omunya a 3 month leave. In fact, Anka ye 4 months, Anka Omo pay. In fact, this is also laudable. In fact, to be very fair, Oko baby to Canada, Okowa, you can get a year leave. Yeah, a year. You get 6 months paid and 6 months not paid. You see, so if some places are able to do a year, because carrying a kid for 9 months, remember, so we are. The most difficult part is the first 5 to 6 months of making sure akorana be nipa. So we have to also really look, especially some people get help from their husbands. Some people get help from if they have money, babysitters and all that. In Ghana, it is not like that. Obana Sebio Wakochim and I say 9 months it becomes a full-time job for Obano to make sure akorana wati. Akorana be nipa. So we need to at least consider the kind of burden yamba and film, especially in Ghana, when they give birth. You see, teachers, some people are sa ejumano. If you don't have passion, so imagine say teacher ni or child with school or chen kwara or don kwara or then kwara to bia now or spending a lot of her time with these kids. Now wawo akwara mono now. She can only spend 3 months with the kid. It is tough. I will say at least we need to listen to what they are saying. 4 months, 4 month leave, enku yakubu. Say ebia the 4th month in the Krampo, say a half salary now. At least some people will be able to take that. We can make the 4th month optional. If you want to take the 4th month, you will take half of your salary. I think people will do that. And I say we can negotiate and meet them halfway. Into the 4 months, because okay, 3 months you'll be paid. The 4th month, what is going to happen? And they say 4th month, so a person will take care. You are going to take maybe a quarter of your salary or half of your salary. Now, if your mom will say we have 4 months, so I buy it for the last month, the 4th month, something can be done about it. But I believe, say, we are a country where we have gotten to, we should be able to give a teacher for and especially in public service, over 4 months of their maternity leave. Carrying a baby for 9 months, teacher for the to their 9th month and sana work. We have seen a lot of them, and you see they go through a lot. It's not easy. They are going up and down Oboha school or child and stairs or so for no cover no buffer. We see them the way they struggle during their pregnancy. These are things we need to consider. And what's our on your time crampo? Remember, let's be honest. And Ghana, our Riano Oba and the Bema 80% of the job is being done by the woman. So imagine. Obako Jan and also 8 months and actually wanyam wabewo or sabafia or besha akorano start 3 months a full-time job. Bema to me free jumaba akorano kura also the mumponka say and then the mamiso muna also kodaka crap. Men in Ghana 90% they don't even do that. And yes, something I didn't hear, and I don't blame them because enya dia wenwa untumi nsua. So we need to also sometimes consider these women. We need to understand they go through a lot, especially where we come from. A chrome had there, everything is shared. Me na me Jim Yankasa member me in our war hospital. I was dressed up. I came home. I had to share the time with my wife. Time I also I'm up. I'm taking care of the kid. Time I made that. It is like that here. But in Ghana are taking about 90% of the work, and we need to understand them. It is not easy. I also believe say. Sir, a plea away from the Ghana National Association of Teachers. The government should sit and relook at it, especially when we have a female vice president. They should basically go to the vice president, sit with her, then get to a point. I remember the vice president raised this issue some time back about maternity leaves for women. Now all pray for extension. And I believe, say, if they reach out to the vice president, this conversation will be a smooth one. They are going to meet at a point whereby we will all be happy and excited about a year maternity leave. Now, a year Ghana National Association of Teachers, can be for recruitment, teacher recruitment.
The association has taken note of the decision by government to recruit over 7,000 teachers, as against the over 100,000 qualified teachers from the colleges of education and other tertiary institutions. This is not only disturbing, but unfortunate in the light of the promise made by the ministry or the Minister for Finance during the 2025 base pay negotiations, and the promise was to recruit more workers, which includes teachers, into the public sector. In view of the threat of unemployment to the national security, the National Council of the Ghana National Association of Teachers demands an astronomical increase in the number to be recruited, and also calls on government to ensure that those who completed their training earlier get the opportunity before those who completed later. Within the Ghana National Association alone, within the past 3 years, we have had more than 10,000 of our members who have retired or have passed on. And we think that with data presented recently by the National Teaching Council, even on the number of teachers who have left the shores of Ghana, we wish, and we know we have a listening president, if he could issue an instruction for the number to be recruited into the security service be increased. We request same as a union that the workload on our members has increased. And for that matter, we wish that the number should be looked at again and be expanded.
I'm very yeah. Mobusado do I dos rodo. Adeng. Wobusa we say yeah that say where you good. Wobusa saka we say I've recruitment abramo. Moko so ade moko kira mo nkira de no. Obi o teacher de ne ko gina baby so onko kira de 3 months no ma school da. 2 weeks no see school them. Lazy teaching. But when it comes to teacher recruitment, this government doesn't want to deceive any trainee graduate. What this government is doing is that it's taking its time to employ the number it can basically pay. Boss, you know the backlog there. Sometimes I want you two people to take your minds back. Now, someone say, it's teacher for sending a form before I buy way back. And I buy way back, is there room? You need to understand, I buy way bachelor say offer 7,000. Now, this government has not said, it's offer teacher for BM. Now, do you want this government to come in and say, my for teacher for 50,000? Now, in the next 2 months, they'll be on the streets screaming? No, it is sometimes, you are biting too much. So you always, that is why African politicians lie to you people. A government comes to power, the government is being realistic and being like, you know something, I can say I've employed all these people. By the next 2-3 months, these people with the hopes are, majority of them will be on the street again screaming. Why don't you employ the realistic number you can employ? So you come here and you pay way, and you pay way, and you pay way. Mwanga say jumana mo ya nankasa no effort send abudigum. Manja sheshe montai they said they move free Sudan. Manja sheshe montai they said they move kwaleba Sudan. Mr. President, and we need this, and the number is too small. Massa. President Ben Mpeso before be juma. Abai Ben Mpeso before juma. If the capacity ought to be far on your dang. And this government has never said anywhere else to say they are not willing to do what? Employ more. The government is saying when they believe, say, Sikada or say for Jumatia or car, Oberfow. Now, space in your uncle found Kogum, Namusa Street, so and Kasakasa. You are asking for too much. Mokasado, Debia, my bibi, Yantis the teacher for the my bibida. Yantis the teacher for so this month the young salary, ya domino, Yomemoide, Debia, my femoto, Monfamaye, Madame Abidjan Jantra for Debia, Mama Bibindi. You people sometimes have to give back. Debiana, teacher for there, you pay way, Ubusa, Debi, and you pay way, and you pay way, and you pay way. Teacher for me as I say for. Ask for one thing and then insist that thing is done. Then we move to the next thing. And then my buamu, Yamukanina, Menemo, you're fine. And so, dear teacher for the Debia. Bibian Sumo. Moko programmer, ya charge your offer. Nama yibi coffee. Nama bakacha say, Ediana Grania de Moko program, Moko Yasi, Mubonsa, ya Twitch Mukaye, Mumbonsa ye. Teacher for old Jamie. That's not bad 2 minutes ago. Namu feel me. About 2 minutes ago, hey, Kevin, you are you. Time and I'm your first 2 stories. Hey, Kevin, first I'm in Penasable, but Kevin, dear, hey, maternity has made can't be a media for you and Panka. She said, I've heard you say, boy, was I before, boy. 5 minutes ago, I teach a voice Kevin. Yanya Wudeni, Uye Bui, Kevin, Yanya Wudeni. Medane Moga Gravia, boy, we're fucking guys, people, and this rage, my mom. I teacher vocal party, Obe Yom Monsa, Omoko party, Asia, Omoji Jollof from Sibia Cosimoto, so Omomoto getting Kitty ho. Now, Omo Jollof free on the Cosimoto, so no more Sabbath Nasi, the Bia 77, no more Pamon Tomata, Debi, not the Bia, my common Gomoso, and you break. Live band, no down in a more, you won't be a teacher for Muhunya Mobo. Utumuko live band, not teaching Yabaho, not I wish a long sleeves, tie and die, not in a live band. I say, Yetahumuda, Papa Penny, district officer, district again, na and I Friday and I joke. Now, I long sleeve in a live band. I say, Monkas, I know money in teacher for more predodo. Munyasika, Munie, and Chambom, teacher for Monsa. Teacher for mobile outdoor and the corners. Yeah, there be item 13. There be item 13. Yati, Yababuamo. Namukasado. Jababe to my ano. 1995 minutes. I'm feeling about hey boy, wait, me say. And can you boy we party and can people from come say my 2 minutes ago? Boy, what's up? Teacher for Modia, Garankada, what it? I like you for more money bomb.
I do what you actually. One not been doing. One not was Satan. One not I want to Mr. Gideon. Talk about the Virginia. I want to do that. To advise me now.
Once I'm starting show, no. Sometimes I'm for being timid. When it comes to me going after some people in Ghana, and I keep telling Ghana for say, I never come chiri, and it's a ubinya platform. Now, open say, would they misinform and not disinform Ghana for? I hate it. Me can't ubiaka sabuan sheni yem. But there's one thing we need to do. Sometimes when I turn and I start to go after people, I know being tears, it's a Kevin there. Or doing the internet in any day. It's more Bianca. You see, young men and women, now they sit on TV, on Facebook, YouTube, and they lie. And when we activate the Conan the Destroyer, career ending, pressure on them, now make them look like they are the victims. Now, how do you listen to this? I'm not going to make much comment on this today. But sometimes, when I do some things, you see where it's be against some people. When I go after some people, then some people are like, oh, Kevin, dear, why is he like that? I'm out for a show my opinion. But you see, I try and a say mine. I try and a kunipa. I try and a destroy generations. And if we are not careful, And we allow anybody to sit on the internet and lie. Sa atrona obedi the internet. Etumi cool bi ochina. Now go. Let's watch this. You see.
So you've probably seen this video circulating on your timeline on social media.
All those that are using electric vehicles in the country because of light out, they know if you charge them a car. So if you are using electric vehicle, the truth is that the country that we find ourselves in is risky. Because the way you do like look at the video. Just look on your screen, bro. Electric station now will be 30 minutes at charge.
Just know this is a very false narrative. X-Charge EVGH is here to serve you fast charge solutions in a time as this. You can charge a car in about 25 to 30 minutes. Out of our many chargers, this is the Burma Hills DC charger here in Chado that can charge up to 2 cars at a go. Every other car you see on the lot here is only for display and available for sale. Kindly disregard the circulating video as it is totally false.
You see, if I comment on this, obi betina baby aka say na janka we na Kevin o tata no we dey so mo yankora o we want to fin we. Me, I'm not ready to insult these kids. But you see, this is what they do, and they destroy businesses. This is what they do in the name of we do entertainment. They go take small money and they throw trash out there. They misinform. When we react to these things. Because na akora we are nansia na hote. We they say akora, we they say ni hu ye fin abayo to we ajantre ni. Just say obi beka say and I would do obi atem. And I don't, you see, I don't even want to address the jandam and misinform. Young people get the opportunity to speak and inform people. She said, "Obi business." She said, "A whole company car display, and because of politics in tea, you see what these little boys are doing. You see what these little kids are doing. If I activate right now on this small boy, you get people all over the place. Oh, Kevin, wait there. They want to say akwara. The boxes in Drew 4. Wait there, akwara, and they will start to talk these things. At the end of the day, and you see, sometimes we keep these things because you can say you bet me at destroying the baby emotionally. Why do you sit on social media, misinform the people, or big company, or display cars, or charge cars, or say are buying a do light into people are taking 3 hours to? Why do you do that? You are a young man. We are kwara. You are a young man. At your age, because and these are young kids. All because politics, MPP, Spanish, like at this point, and I don't want to speak against anybody. But you see, this is the last warning to these little kids. This is the last warning to these little kids. If this is how they are going to go, then we are going to make life very difficult for them. Media, I'm going to say it. If this is how they are going to go, then these little ones, we will make life very uncomfortable for you, these little kids in Ghana. Menkakese, I will leave it here. Have a wonderful night. My name is Kevin Taylor. We will meet tomorrow. We will discuss Ghana. God bless you. God bless me. Cheers. Abwache. Have a wonderful day. Gigim.
Yo, we are best fishermen. Solo for no answer my. Abwache. It was for Belgium fan. It was better Belgium fan. It was 2 Belgium fan. Why you Why round what? Why you Why round what? Why you Supuno? Why round what? It was for Belgium fan. It was better Belgium fan. It was 2 Belgium fan. It was Belgium fan. Why you Why round what? 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 Every papa no. what one is the motto? Every papa no, what one is the motto? Every papa no, what one is the motto? Every papa no, what one is the motto? One round back.